Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Anisha Reddy, professor and consultant. So in today's session, that is session 5, we will be covering management as a science, management as an art, and management as a profession. So let's start with the first part, that is management as a science. The word science literally means knowledge. The science means knowledge. It is a systemized body of knowledge acquired through humankind through observation and experimentation, which is capable of verification. The essential feature of any science are as follows. It may be a systematic body of knowledge that uses scientific method for observation. The principles are evolved on the basis of continuous observation. The principle may be exact and universally accepted without any limitations also. The principle establishes a cause and the effect relation between various factors. So there are generally four stuffs: universally accepted principle, experiment and observation, cause and effect relationship, test of validity and prediction. So what do you mean by first? Universally accepted principle. The principle of a science represents the basic truth about a field of inquiry. These principles may be applied in all situations and places. Similarly, management principles are also applied universally. For example, I can say what is force? Force is equal to mass into acceleration. For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So these are all scientific principles. Similarly, whatever the principles we are making at managerial level, they can be applied irrespective of at what level of organization you are there or what type of organization it is there. Next is continuous experiment and observation. So scientific principles are based on research, experimentation and the logic. Similarly, management principles have been developed through experiment and practical experience. For example, if I am paying a good remuneration, good environment, working condition, the people will be with the organization for a longer time. Suppose I am still paying a good remuneration, but the environment is not good. The boss every day comes and start scolding the subordinates in front of everyone, or their subordinates. Then they feel even the remuneration is good, they may quit the company very quickly. Next is cause and effect relationship. The principle of science relates cause and effect between different variables. In this case, we got a metal piece. Suppose we want to put it into this shape. The one option is I have to do it whatever in room condition. If I try to bend this one, may not be possible so easily. But if I heat it, what will happen? I can convert with a small force itself. I can get this shape very easily. Okay, same is applicable in case of a management. So management establishes relationship between managers and employees. If employees are paid well, more efficient work can be done. Next is test of validity and predictability. So they stands the test of time, means it can be tested at any time or any number of time in case of a science. Similarly, management principle can be tested for their validity with regards to clarity of their thoughts and direction. A simple example of test and validity can be a subordinate put under one boss will show a better result than a subordinate who has to follow two or more bosses. Further, the principle of management by finding cause and effect relationship can serve reliable basis of predicting the future event. Also, we can say management is not an exact science. Generally, I can say management is a social, behavior or flexible science because it deals with human being and it is very difficult to predict their behavior accurately. Theories and principles may produce different results at different situations and time depends upon the people to people. Next, what we are going to see is management as an art. So management as an art, we will be seeing three things, that is practical knowledge, personal skills, creativity, perfection and through practice. An art is often regarded as a systematic application of skill or the knowledge in effecting the accomplishment of result. It represents the method or the ways of doing specific things and indicates how an objective is to be achieved. The function of the art is to effect change and accomplish result through deliberate efforts. The main elements are what I have shown you for, that is the practical knowledge, personal skills, creativity, perfection through practice. So you can see there are first is practical knowledge. Every artist requires a practical knowledge. It is important to know the practical application of theoretical principles. So you can see many artists have learned the dance form, but tell me how many are got successful. Okay, till whatever the theoretical knowledge they have learned, if they cannot implement in practical, it will be very difficult for them to successful. Similarly applicable in case of a manager. So if they have a good degree or good theoretical knowledge is not enough, they have to take various principles of management and apply as a capacity as a manager in their real situations. Second one is personal skills. Although theoretical base may be the same for every artist, but each one has its own way of style and approach towards his job. That is why the level of success and the quality of performance differ from one to another. Similarly applicable to the managers also. So a batch of say management trainees out from the top management college of the country may not be at the same level after 10 years or after 20 years, because whatever the skill as a college have taught them, when they apply that properly in the current situation, they will be either successful. Next is the creativity. Every artist has its own way of managing things depending upon his knowledge, experience and personality. Similarly, every one in case of a manager applies the same. Management is also creative in nature because it combines the concept of both intelligence and imagination. So I can see how I should present in front of a customer. That is my intelligence in imagination, and that will come by practicing the principle and also by experience. The next is perfection through practice. Every artist become more and more proficient through constant practice. So you can see the Sachin Tendulkar, he has to practice a lot before becoming so successful. Even when he became successful, still he has to give his best practice. If he don't do much practice, he may not do well in one or other tournament. Similarly is applicable to the management side. Over a period of time, he becomes a perfect in application of management principle to managing his or her jobs. The last one comes management a profession. So as per the McField, following are the characteristics of a profession: existence of an organized and systematic knowledge, formalized method of acquiring training and experience, existence of an association with the professionalism as its goal, existence of an ethical code to regulate the behavior of a member of the profession, charging of fees based on the service but with a due regard for priority of service over the desire for monetary reward. So what it means is, members of profession have an ability by code of conduct. The code of conduct provides rules and regulations, norms, honesty, integrity, professional morality. In the traditional professions, such as it may be law or medicine, there exists a standard code of conduct. But in sphere of management, there exists no uniform code of conduct. There is no restriction of licensing on the entry level of a management profession, and the judge for his maybe standpoint, management cannot be regarded as a profession. Unlike an ordinary occupation or a trade, a profession, through source of livelihood, involves the application of expert knowledge of it for the service of the society. For example, if I consider a doctor earns his livelihood from his profession of a medicine, but service to the society is the uppermost in his mind. When applied to the management, although there exists no code of conduct, yet we find that increasing emphasis is being put on the social responsibility of a manager. Management aims at providing maximum efficiency at the lowest cost so as to serve the interest of employers, workers, consumer, society, and the nation as a large. Also, we cannot say that any special academic degree should be restricted, should be there for any person to become a manager. In conclusion, we can say the old saying that managers are born has been rejected in favor of managers are made. Science and arts are not mutually exclusive, but they are complementary to each other. Management is the oldest of art and youngest of science. Management as a science is the root, and the management as an art is the fruit. So in today's class, we have covered management as an art, management as a profession, and management as a science. So if you have any questions in today's lecture, you can either contact me, mail me, or you can also text me. Thank you.